Citizens of Earth, welcome back. And the millions and millions of BFAM 109.6 fans, welcome back to another amazing episode of Stand Up for News. The Stand Up for News shows is stand up comics, and we tell the news, the most hilarious news show you're ever going to see. I am Mac James, stand up comedian, and this is my co host, our co anchor, Robin Macho Woman Savage. Say hello, Robin.
Hello, citizens of Earth.
Citizens of Earth and the millions and millions of the fans. Finally, Stand Up for News has come back, and we have our other co-host here back with us again. Ryan, is he with us yet? Just about. All right. Well, then, Fisher King, say hello, Fisher King.
What's up, Earth citizens?
Also, our other Stand Up for Median co-host, Fisher King, and then we have our musical director here. Say hello, Christopher Wright.
Hello, Christopher Wright.
He's also our your gay news correspondent as well. Later on, we'll have our man on the street, Scott Patrick, call in at any time. He could be on any street. He's a man on a street. He's been doing stand-up comedy for several years. He's out of South Carolina. He's based anywhere, though, because he's the man on the street. Anybody that can guess what street he's on wins $100,000. And our special guest, stand-up comedian, my stand-up comic dad, say hello, the amazing Zobo69.
What it do, Zobo69 here. Woo-hoo.
What it do, baby? Welcome to Stand Up for News. Well, Zobo, how long have you been doing stand-up comedy? I want to ask you a few questions real quick.
Oh, shit. I've been doing all my life. When I came out the coochie hole, I've been doing stand-up comedy. I just wasn't getting paid for it at the time.
Word. And when I first met you, I didn't have a stand-up comedy dad, but you kind of saw me do some crazy stuff at a mic at the old Coconuts once and said, hey, man, we're friends on Facebook. Let's start doing shows together. And then we did some at your strip. Oh, no, it was a swingers club. And then you had me feature there, and I had you help me, and we did some stand-up comedy at my comic book store. They're a potential new sponsor of ours. We'll talk about them later. So, did you bring some news to stand up for?
Yeah. I got something.
Awesome. And now our other co-host, can you hear me? Ryan B. Weiss, Stand Up for News co-anchor. Ryan, say hello.
Hello. How are you?
Oh, sweet. We are here in the Words of Weissdom studio, I guess, today. But this is a nice place they let us use. So, you can hear us both good. I like to hear that. We're going to start right off with some current news that we've got ready for you. Are you guys ready to hear the news? We need to stand up for the news because the news was born without legs and can't stand up for itself. Are you folks ready for some news? All right.
Yes,
I want it to be unanimous. So, happy Black History Month, Dad. Happy Black History Month, man. Did you have fun on Martin Luther King Day? After my Martin Luther King Day, man, I'll never drink again. I'm still hungover from last Black History Month, man. You got any news to stand up for, Robin?
Yeah,
We'll let you take the breaking stuff. Fire when ready.
Well, as you guys know, tomorrow is Valentine's Day, or as every couple that's ever been together for more than 5 years calls it, Friday.
All right. Fisher King, what's news? Oh, no, sorry, Ryan, your turn. We got to stick in the original order. I guess.
Ryan disappeared.
Yeah.
All right, well, frig off, Ryan. Fisher, what do you have? What's breaking?
So this is 3 hours old. A kayaker was swallowed by a humpback whale 3 hours ago off the coast of Chile. He was spit back out, and he was quoted as saying, "I didn't see Geppetto, but I feel like Pinocchio."
Nice. All right, so this happened in Sydney. A Sydney, Australia restaurant owner sells they sell gag fortune cookies, and she was asked to censor her gag cookies or fortune cookies after the factory had them all mixed up with a regular store's cookie order. Now that's ironic because I actually gagged a stripper's cookie once, whose name was Fortune. I gagged on her cookie.
My God.
Over to you, Robin.
Okay, this kind of piggybacks off Fisher's. I saw that the story about the humpback whale swallowing the man. So I have a joke with two separate punchlines. A humpback whale briefly swallows a man from Chile before releasing him back in the water. First punchline: the humpback whale told Stand Up for News reporter, "I had to do it. Chile just doesn't agree with me." And then the second punchline is, thankfully for the man, he was named Jonah and was just having a little beef with God. Jonah and the whale.
As one does.
Yeah.
That's my favorite Bible story, Mom.
Jonah and the whale's your favorite Bible story?
Yeah, my favorite fictional one. All right, over to you, Ryan B. Weiss. The B is silent. Ryan B. Weiss. Can you hear us, Ryan?
Hey, apologize about that. I was having a little bit of issues, technical issues. But yeah,
You're working on it.
yeah, yes and no. It keeps on.
You're cutting in and out, buddy. Well, I guess we're gonna ask our special guest Zobo 69 to tell us when you have some news to stand up for. Zobo, go ahead and fire away.
Yeah. Federal appeals court upholds R. Kelly conviction of the 30-year prison sentence. So I guess he's going to continue to be on a down.
Are you guys able to hear me?
I can hear you, Ryan.
Can't see you.
Yeah, we can't see you, Ryan.
We can't see you. Oh, there he is. Handsome fella. Ryan, are you ready for action yet?
He's on mute.
In other news, Elon Musk's child went viral while wiping his boogers on the presidential desk in the Oval Office. Did you guys hear about that?
Oh, wow.
Did you hear about that? He was making funny faces, climbing on Elon's shoulders in the Oval Office. It went viral, you guys. Is that about the right age to teach him to say hail too, Ryan, you think? Yeah. I guess it makes sense because his son's name is X, and now he lives in Texas, and he moved all his company to Texas because all his exes live in Texas.
Nice.
No, it's not. Over to you, Robin Savage.
Okay. J.D. Vance, the Vice President of the United States and the human equivalent of Tiger from the Brady Bunch, spoke at an AI summit in Paris this week. Attendees of the summit were really impressed how much Vance sounded like a human and were really surprised that he wasn't part of the AI.
Hey, Ryan, can you hear me now?
Yeah. Yes.
Good, because it's your turn. I can hear you, and it's your turn to stand up for news. Over to you, Ryan B. Weiss.
Okay, well, it's perfect. I'm just gonna go because I can't hear you, but I'm sure you can hear me. Anyways, so actually today in local news in Tampa Bay, there's a Dollar General store clerk that got punched in the mouth when a customer's card got declined. It sucks, it turns out he didn't get any help from the owner, Mr. General Dollar himself, because the VA wouldn't cover it.
I'm surprised that made the news. I feel like there's always like mouth punches at Dollar General.
Hey, Zobo, didn't you work at the VA before?
Yeah.
Does that sound like you wouldn't cover that?
No, I work from home now. I'm lazy. I'm at the bougie part of the VA now.
He's like, I'll take it. Fisher King, it's over to you with some more breaking news.
So the world's chess champion, #1, refused to change his pants the other day and had to forfeit the match. He was asked to change his pants from jeans, and he said that he completely forgot about it. And when they pressed him on the matter, he just stood on principle and said, fuck it. That was it.
What do you think of that, Zobo?
Yeah, I don't know.
You do you. All right. Then it's back to you, Ryan B. Weiss. What do you think? You got some news to stand up for? I'm looking at you right now, Ryan. Your turn.
Yes, sir, I do. So,
Any minute now, we're gonna have our man on the street, Scott Patrick, the stand-up comedian, who's our man on any street. He's gonna be calling in, talking about what street he's on. So be ready for that. Ryan, what do you say?
yeah, I was in the middle of talking and it got cut, and you were coming out, so I don't know if it was going or not.
I couldn't hear you for a second. Fire when ready.
Okay. All right. So, anyways, in Starbucks, there's no such thing as a free toilet anymore. You know, Starbucks reveals their open bathroom policy. Now they're forcing people to purchase an item if they want to use their bathroom. And for me, that just doesn't quite shit right with me, because I have Crohn's disease. So I have a free get out of jail card to where I can defecate at any establishment. Actually, it turns out the policymakers at Starbucks were just as unqualified for the job as my old retail managers, who also had no idea what an ADA accommodation was.
I've seen that card.
Yeah, well, at the end of the day, I'm just happy that I can make all my Jewish ancestors proud by getting out of having to pay to use the bathroom while still speaking to the man. You know, representing everyone right here. Gotta listen to the man.
Joke of the day whistle. I'll start with that one. All right, Zobo69. All right. So Zobo, you started doing a radio show right about the same time we started doing a radio show, and now we're on your station. How do you feel about your son following your guys' shows?
Hey, that's what it's supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? At least you ain't on a rivalry station. You know what I'm saying? Be fam. That's the way to go. You know.
Yeah, we were wasting our time over there
during the COVID, me and DC. So and we still at it.
That's right. When I was working that night, but I had an opportunity to do a show during the day on a different station out of Clearwater, which we moved to a much bigger place. You know, we're trying to hang with the big boys like you guys now. So I'm gonna try to make you proud, Dad. So I'm gonna tell you a good funny one right now. Tell me what you think. All right. This is a good story. This happened today. A bus driver was taking a basketball team in Washington when he was going 60 miles per hour, when a chunk of metal flew through his windshield and it just smashed him right through the windshield and struck him in the chest, you guys. But he managed somehow to steer, after getting struck in the chest with a chunk of metal, he managed to steer the bus to a stop. And despite the metal hitting to the pedal, you know, I guess some people were banging their heads. The metal is said to comment this: "The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round." Dude, I watched the clip where this guy got hit in the chest with that chunk of metal 5 times, and every time he screamed like a woman. Ah! Ah! He wouldn't stop. But it was metal, dude, when he was like, ah! They played it like 5 times. Robin, I heard you had some breaking news come in just now. What do you have for us, Robin Savage?
I do. Here's some breaking news. In Denmark, archaeologists recently found a Roman imperial helmet on a dig. And it really helped solve the age-old mystery. How do I keep my Roman from Roman? You just take away his helmet.
All right, Fisher King. Time to show us what you got. Let's hope this isn't about anything doing with gorilla sex. Are you ready, Ryan or Fisher King? Oh, Ryan, yeah. Ryan, your turn. That's right.
Oh,
wait.
Get ready later, Fisher.
Pushing up on. Wait, I'm confused.
It's your turn, Ryan.
All right, just regular. All right. So, you know, there's a lot of controversy over the Super Bowl show that just happened. A lot of fans were upset that Lil Wayne, who was born in Nolens, didn't get the spotlight. But what fans didn't know is that, you know, even before Lil Wayne was even any sort of idea or recommendation to go. Lil Jon was there, but Lil Jon also refused the Super Bowl because he didn't want to get shot by Samuel L. Jackson, who was Uncle Sam, saying "what" too many times. Yeah, and I mean Samuel L. Jackson, he almost even called off the Super Bowl thing himself too, because he's getting a little bit older now, but he wanted to be Uncle Sam. But and at first it was like when he did Snakes on a Plane, where he said you have to make it Snakes on a Plane or I won't do this. He was gonna say, if you don't let me stay at the Super Bowl as Uncle Sam, I want you to go the fuck to sleep. Then I won't do it. But he agreed to not do that and, still make his appearance in the Super Bowl, as we all loved and enjoyed that halftime show.
Nice. Fisher King, over to you.
So a 104-year-old woman, for her birthday, wanted to go to prison. They brought her into the prison, showed her everything, took her fingerprints, picked her mugshot, and met the canine unit. Turns out she was acting as a mule for the prisoners. And, old pussy just smells like dank.
What do you think, Zobo? You have some news you stand up for with us?
Oh, okay. Got tarballs. Tarballs wash the shore on Florida beaches, but the source of the sticky black goo is a mystery. It's not a mystery. Did he escape with his baby oil?
All right. Kanye West. He deletes his ex Twitter account, you guys. His ex account for the backlash for his "I'm a Nazi" and "I love Hitler" comments, and his other comments. "I will never apologize for my Jewish comments." Oh man, we're not gonna be able to follow him on Twitter anymore, Ryan. Son of a bitch, huh? Yeah. Kanye's ex deleted him, and now he's deleting his ex. So I guess that evens everything and cancels itself out, right? But not as bad as Kanye's getting canceled. All right. Over to Ryan B. Weiss.
Is he?
You still there, Ryan?
Ryan's technically doing difficult.
So that was kind of happening out, but I heard Kanye West to no Twitter and hating on Jews, which I mean we already knew that he was doing, but I guess that just means that he's not going to be able to get into heaven and join Blue Sky. Like, why do you delete Twitter? Like, Blue Sky's the next big Twitter, but he kind of fucked up there, huh?
Kanye's crazy as hell, bro. What do you think about Kanye West, Zobo?
I mean, he's not really
And
crazy.
College Dropout was a beautiful album.
Kanye is a pimp. Kanye is being. We had this talk on my show. He being manipulated by his wife. She know he got a mental problem, and so she running around naked, and it's just blowing his mind,
Kanye West had a problem with George Bush hating black people. Remember when he yelled that? And now he supports his hero is now a white supremacist leader that killed billions of Jewish people. I'm confused about the whole thing, man. But his ex deleted him, All right, Robin Savage, take her away.
A reporter from the Associated Press is banned from the White House briefings for saying Gulf of Mexico rather than Gulf of America. The White House is also investigating this reporter's use of the word Paschetti and Library.
He's silly, Mom. All right. So, Ryan B. Weiss, it's your turn, I think. Technically. Over to Ryan. He can't hear us. Well, let Fisher go ahead and take over from here. Fisher, you have stories to stand up for. Fire away.
So Trump wants to buy Greenland, right? And the Danes are coming together and want to buy California because they say that the grass there is greener.
Ah.
Well, back to you, Zobo. What do you got for us?
I got one I'm reading right now. It said drought conditions expands along the Gulf Coast. Which Gulf, America or Mexico?
So like Google today and Apple, both Google Maps and Apple Maps today, they made, well, it was yesterday, they made it official in their maps on their sites that it is now the Gulf of America on both of their sites. In retaliation, the president of Mexico said, that's fine. From now on, the entire continent of South America, we're calling that South Mexico. How you like them apples? Yeah. He said that's the way you handle a Trumpy. He said El Trumpo. You grab him right by the El Gato.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep.
Well, I think it's about time for Ryan's segment, Words of Wisdom, if he can hear us. Can you hear us, Ryan?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, excellent. It's your segment now, Words of Wisdom with Ryan B. Weiss. The B is silent.
Hi there. So my name is Ryan B. Weiss. And my mother told me as a child that I had the highest IQ out of all my siblings, which made me think, that I have a pretty smart mouth and I could be able to spread words of wisdom, words of wisdom. But it turns out a lot of times that sometimes this smart mouth isn't always so smart, and I say a lot of stuff. So here's all my words of wisdom. Turn out to be kind of words like twice. And so a story I want to bring up in which I thought I was inspiring someone, is back in high school, a good friend of mine, I'm not going to name names just to protect the innocent, but my parents took us to a concert to see Paul McCartney. And so, at that time we were experimenting with cannabis and saw how inspiring, we are all musicians. We were in a band together. So I said, hey, man, you should eat this edible. And then my friend got way too high and was sick the whole time. And like at the concert, I was just walking him around, making sure he was okay. So my words of wisdom is kind of a words of wisdom moment. But the other thought of all recently, and this one, it was, it's I still, it's really funny because
We are having a lot of trouble hearing you, Ryan. Am I alone here? Can everybody not hear him, or is it just me?
Yeah, it's real slow.
Yeah.
It's gone at this
so,
point.
oh,
Have you tried resetting your router, Ryan?
did it cut out? Where did it
Oh, you're cutting in and out towards the end there.
About a minute ago.
Yeah, right in the middle there.
Yeah, last I heard your friend ate a brownie,
Is it
got
working for my
crazy sick,
segment?
and you were having to like.
This isn't wise. This is dumb. You're cutting in and out there at the end. So if you could start in the middle
I'm here at
there.
Recording Studios in St. Pete, Florida. So no, I haven't, because I'm not messing with Michael Rendy stuff.
Okay.
But so what's the last thing y'all heard? Because
Your friend got sick from the gummy.
Yep.
Yeah, like the brownie or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got us hanging on a cliffhanger.
All right. Well, whatever. All right, whatever. I still got 3 minutes. So
Your buddy got sick on his foot yeah.
I was on Facebook dating, and this girl blocked me right away. From our conversation. When I was trying to give some words of wisdom, like I was trying kind of, in my mind, I thought it was so I spelt it out. I was like, man, I'm really sorry to hear that. That must have been rough. And I spelt it RUFF because her dog died. But process, it takes time, and I also know that laughter is medicine. So I was like, this might be a really good way to help me grieve, you know. But I guess they were dumb words because she blocked me. Pretty dumb. These are just a few examples of some words of wisdom and how I always get myself in really fucked up, stupid situations by my stupid mouth, which is supposed to be a smart mouth, but it's dumb. And that.
What happened to the guy with the gummies, Ryan?
What?
What happened to your buddy with the gummies?
My buddy with the gummies?
He got sick. You want to finish that story too? You got time?
Which gummies?
Oh, you said your buddy got sick at the concert, and then you started cutting out. I wanted to. You told me the story before.
That cutting out. Oh yeah, no.
I've heard it before, and I like it.
Yeah, no, that was it. That was, well, yeah, that was pretty much his. You know, I thought it was going to be inspiring, and that we would, you know, be able to like be on this a different level of consciousness, experiencing music. You know, like. Didn't
you wind up giving him Viagra or something like that?
No, that was a sex gummy story, but I have stories about sex gummies too that are pretty funny. But that was a different guy.
I got you. Well, you know, any moment our man on the street, Scott Patrick, will be calling in from anywhere. You got some more stuff for us? You got time? I mean, you got a few minutes if you want.
You talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
All right. Well, since you wanted to bring up the sex gummies, so I guess more words of wisdom. I tried giving it to my weed plug at the time, you know, and I gave him a couple, and I was just like, hey man, like these would be really good for you. And then it turned out dumb because he ended up wanting to buy the whole fucking bottle for me, and I was like, nah man, I need them. Like, you know.
Oh, you're talking about me?
And eat a couple. Maybe.
You talking about me again?
Oh, you brought up the gummies, so.
We did that one time. I remember I was like, let me buy this bottle. You son of a bitch. All right. Robin, I'm going to ask you this. Did you write any news history, laughs from the past stuff?
I do. I've got a few history laughs from the past.
I'll give you this to your segment. This is Laughs from the Past, History and News with Robin Savage. Fire away.
This week in history, February 13th, 1689, after the Glorious Revolution after the Glorious Revolution was proclaimed king and queen, Mary and William were proclaimed king and queen of England. After hearing this, Elon Musk held Trump's hand and said, "That's just like us." It was like a king and queen of England, both William and Mary. It would have been funnier had I been able to read my own jokes.
Oh, I can see your pussy, Mom. Right behind you.
Yeah,
there's your pussy. I'm gonna grab your. You grab your pussy.
I actually have two. There's another.
You're just like, you got two pussies? Nice. Mine died.
So this week in history, February 15th, 1965, it was proclaimed by Queen Elizabeth II of England that the maple leaf would be Canada's new national flag symbol. Ironically, Canada is now being forced to have another national flag symbol. It's called Trump's face.
All right. Did you have any more history?
Just one more last one.
I know Ryan had one too. Go ahead, Mom.
Right. Oh, this week in history, February 13th, 1950, Peter Gabriel was born. When asked how it felt for him to be 75 years old today, Gabriel said it hit him like a sledgehammer.
Nice.
He's like that.
I want to be 85. All right, and then Ryan, you had a history joke.
Yeah, well, so in 2018, President Donald Trump's personal attorney, Michael Cohen, said that he had paid $130,000 out of his own pocket to Stephanie Clifford, aka Stormy Daniels, a porn actor who claimed to have a sexual encounter with Trump. It also turns out that was the same day in 1996 that the rock musical Rent premiered off Broadway. So, and it was like that was Trump's payment, just paying back the rent on that one.
Did you hear that when they were in court, Trump wanted there to be a gag order against her from testifying? And her comment was, "Gag order? He ain't that big." Oh, guess who's here? It's our man on the street.
Tiny hands, yeah.
Our man on the street is here. Our man on the street, Scott Patrick, stand-up comedian. What's up, Scott Patrick? Welcome back to Stand Up for News. What street are you on today, buddy?
Well, before I get into my man on the street bit, I just wanted to do a little thing called I'm going to call Pants Rants, okay? Because this show has been less professional than a mole sucking a penis after the circumcision. Okay? I could find more prep on Grindr in a 5-minute visit than I could on this show. Jesus Christ. I have a 5-year-old Android phone and a $20 pot in my ear, which proves that unlike trans women, this show shows more equipment isn't always a bonus.
Oh man.
All right.
Scott Patrick.
I'm going to get into my
Lance
segment
didn't show
here.
up today.
Because Jesus, man. This show needs to be blessed, or we all need to be dunked underwater for 5 minutes. Okay. So, well, James, on to my segment. Since today is National Apology Day, maybe y'all should fucking start. Now, I'm on the 4th Street in Washington, D.C. at the National Museum of the American Indian. And one might think I'm bringing my Native American wife there, so they can apologize to her for still calling her Indian. But I'm here actually to apologize myself because I also misunderstood their culture when I wiped my ass with their teepee. and Washington Washington will never apologize because DC doesn't actually really stand for District of Columbia. It stands for Don't Care. Speaking of Washington, the Redskins weren't in the Super Bowl, but the Chiefs were. And I don't see a time soon when they will remove the Chiefs name because they do own the casinos. And we all know that the Americans gave them casinos to keep them from scalping tickets. But I didn't watch the Super Bowl this year, but I am a fan of the last Super Bowl because, like my preferences in women, they have extra downs. And what is that sound going on? Am I being haunted from ghosts of the past? Jesus Christ.
Stand Up for News, Ghost of the Past, Kenny.
Holy fuck.
The racist Kenny, remember, Chris?
I once brought Ouija board to my mom's house to talk to my dad, and she told me it wouldn't work because that motherfucker never listens. In other national holiday traditions, this week is National Small Business Week. And what small business really dwarfs the little people of America? They're heroes in my opinion because dwarfs are great first responders to the smell of gas. This month is also National Heart Month. And we learned last month that TikTok is dear to the American hearts. And nobody was more disheartened to the cancellation of TikTok than me. Because TikTok is what my wife says in her head for the 3 minutes I grunt in her ear during sex. Tomorrow is
What street are you
Valentine's.
on?
I already said the street I was on.
I forgot.
I was on 4th Street.
4th
Jesus.
Street. Thank you. In Washington.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I knew the city. I just forgot the street. I was like, I'm trying to visualize where you're at.
On 4th Street, which is also the amount of seconds you can keep his attention. Okay, so tomorrow is Valentine's Day,
What's that?
which draws more attention to whip dudes than the miniseries Roots. And Cupid seems to have become the symbol of Valentine's Day. You know, it's a baby pulling a string to create love. But there's nothing I love more than when ladies pull a string, because that means there is no baby.
Oh my God.
Is that true, Mom? Oh man.
Speaking of babies, there was a young woman who gave birth to a baby on a New York subway the other day. In the midst of bacteria, filth, and vagrants, a kid hasn't been less safe at Subway since Jared Fogle worked there. You know, onto world records here. You know, a 14-year-old has just broken 6 world records in a single day using his mental math skills. They're calling him the human calculator. But one thing's for sure, he's not solar powered, because that little fucker probably hasn't been outside to see the sun. And one thing my calculator has seen that this kid hasn't seen is boobs.
Little Texas Instrument.
But on February
Go
10th,
do your homework, Texas Instrument.
but on February 10th, Guinness Book may have lost. Jesus Christ. On February 10th, Guinness Book may have lost all credibility. They have reported a man named David Rush took 198 bites out of 3 apples while juggling the fruits in 1 minute. Now, I don't know if the human calculator can tell you this, but that's 3 bites per second. And I'm telling you, a meth head can't chew his fingernails that fast while juggling paranoia.
That's fast.
Okay, that's probably my 5 minutes, but I do have more news, so play it as you will.
You got another minute, man. Go ahead.
Okay.
Because your first little monologue didn't really count as your news or your bit. It was just ripping us a new asshole. So go ahead. You got another minute.
All right.
You got a couple minutes, pal.
Okay, so okay, so the Trump administration has begun mass layoffs across multiple federal agencies, and people are complaining about the layoffs. But you know what I mean? He can't get laid on anymore because of how much they got him about grabbing all that pussy. And Pope Francis appointed 3 new bishops to the U.S. diocese. And based on 100% accuracy of Reddit sources, American altar boys have stated they would rather die if they don't cease to get molested. RFK was just sworn in as the U.S. Health and Human Services chief, and many are outspoken about his reluctance to vaccines. But come on, hasn't his family taken enough shots? The Kennedys are famous for the initials, but the most famous ones are RIP and OMG.
So I was going to say, Scott, the Senate confirmed RFK as the Health and Human Services Secretary. I hope he's not going to be like his uncle. And when they give him the shot, it doesn't blow his mind, and it goes right to his head.
Yeah.
So,
well, go ahead.
I said, let's get right into the rotation after we do debating Fisher. You want to do that?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, debating Fisher. I'm going to set the bait because Fisher King, he's going to debate us, and we're going to debate him. And I say the topic is, well, what made you think it was a good idea, Fisher, to say you used to fuck a gorilla one time on the radio, on our radio show? That's not news. That's old news.
I had nothing. Honestly, I had nothing. I hadn't prepared anything and stuff because I thought I was just doing the debating thing. So
You're taking the high road,
first thing that
taking
came
the
to
high
mind
road.
was fucking a gorilla.
eh? Had you ever fucked a gorilla?
I fucked a woman in a gorilla mask once.
Was it a silverback? Oh, I see. See Ryan's ears perk up when a silver comes up.
Well, what the fuck is going on? Is somebody dying? Should we call 911?
Yeah, I was putting a screaming sound because come out fucking girl.
Yeah, well, cut that shit out. I'm gonna come to your house and fucking leave your milk out.
Music, like hammers and stuff. I'm like, is someone
For fuck's sake.
Yeah, well now we
I
accept
stand by what I
your
said.
apology there, Fisher. We're gonna
I
go
was
over to
gonna-
our
Wait, hold
next
on.
segment.
I was
Oh,
gonna
you-
say, he has, claims he has fucked a gorilla, but I'm sure a lot of us could say we fucked a few catfishes.
True
Does
that.
anybody else have anything they want to say to Fisher?
What the fuck is wrong with you?
A lot. I take medication. I take medication for it.
Have you ever killed anyone?
What type?
Oh,
In the Navy.
you
yeah.
were in the military before, weren't you, Fisher?
Yeah.
Oh,
Zobo, were you in the military too, right?
Yep, Army.
Thank you for your services, guys. We appreciate you. Yes.
So did you like my VA joke earlier, Fisher?
Say again.
Did you like my VA joke?
Your VA joke?
I didn't know you were a veteran.
Yeah, I couldn't hear you.
Oh, well, thank you for your service.
Thank you for your support.
Big supporter of veterans.
Well, okay. Does anybody else have something to say to Fisher to debate him about? Scott Patrick, maybe?
Do I have anything to debate him about? I'm sure we can find plenty to debate him about.
Oh, you got a few minutes. Challenge his wits.
Challenge his wits.
That's
I
a
would just like
debate.
to. I would just like to challenge how much fucking smiles he can get in an hour.
Hey,
Well, he's
I
got
said,
bad teeth,
trying.
Scott. Not everybody
I've
has
been
perfect teeth.
Well,
He
you don't have to
brushes
fucking
his
show teeth to smile.
He brushes them with, I can't believe it's not toothpaste. Parquet. Toothpaste. Parquet. Toothpaste. All right. Toothpaste. Butter. You remember them commercials, Fisher?
If he plays, I'm telling you right now, if he plays one more fucking sound, I'm telling you.
Oh, Ryan, you're pissing off my best friend. My other best friend, man. All right, well, we got to do a segment called Your Gay News or Our Gay News or Stand Up for Gay News with our musical director, Christopher Wright. Ready, Chris? Take her away, buddy.
All right, yeah, I've got a song for you guys afterwards, but I got one little piece of You're Gay news for you guys.
I'm gay?
Yeah, I saw earlier this year the small country of Liechtenstein just legalized same-sex marriage. I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. They've been fighting for it for years, and they finally got gay marriage, same-sex marriage legalized there. At the exact same time, they switched the national sport from the Steinhoist competition to the Steinlich competition. So I feel like there's gonna be a lot of happy boys and girls in Liechtenstein this year. So yeah, that's my little bit of gay news to stand up for. I do have a little music for you guys as well. Hopefully the volume is all right there.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, let's rock out for a second, guys. 1, 2, 3.
What do you got for us?
Show me how you do that trick. One that makes me scream, she said. One that makes me love to say. Threw her arms around my neck. Show me how you do it, and I'll
got these mad all the time.
Standing on that dizzy edge, kissed her face and kissed her neck, dreamed of all the different ways I had to make her glow. And why are you so far away? She said, won't you ever know that I'm in love with you? That I'm in love with you. Soft and lonely, lost and lonely, strange angels dancing in the deepest oceans, twisting in the water. You're just like a dream, just like a daylight lit me into shade. Must have been asleep for days. Moving lips to breathe her name. I opened up my eyes, found myself alone, alone upon the raging sea. Stole the only girl I love, drowned her deep inside of me. You, soft and lonely, you, lost and lonely, you, just like heaven.
Yay!
Yay.
Nice, good stuff. Yeah,
I love that song.
I know, right? I was debating what to play, and I'm like, you know what? Can never go wrong with the Cure.
Yeah.
We all need a little bit of the Cure these days, I think.
Unless it's the COVID vaccine, you can definitely go wrong with that one.
Yeah, right. The government updates, you know.
I disappeared. Sorry, I had to disappear. I was like, "Fuck off, Pierre," and I'm back now. Sorry about that. Great job, Christopher. Right? That was amazing.
This whole show's been a bunch of technical difficulties, so.
Well, technically, it was difficult so far. All right, so Zobo, you have some more news to stand up for. You're our special guest. I'd like you to kick off some news again.
St. Pete woman living in a nursing home told she owes over $10,000 on a water bill. I guess she'll start by wearing the pins.
Gotta stay hydrated. Man. So I got the weather. I'm gonna dedicate today's weather to my dad. My dad's in rehab. He's got cancer, and we came up with a slogan. I asked my dad, "Can you beat cancer?" He says, "Can I beat cancer?" Yes, I can, sir. Tomorrow he's gonna start having radiation treatment. So I said, he's 85. He's gonna go to radiation treatment. I was like, "You still think you can beat cancer?" He's like, "Can I beat cancer?" Do my best. That's his new slogan. But this is our weather. And the weather's not about the weather outside. It's about whether or not something. So I'm going to ask you, Zobo, as my comedy dad, if you think this is a good idea. Have you ever seen Clan of the Cave Bear? Anyone?
Oh, yeah.
It was a great movie from the 80s. It won a lot of awards. But there was a scene, my dad let me watch it with him when I was 12. And there was a scene where this caveman was giving it to this chick doggy style, right? He's giving it to this cave woman doggy style. And I'm like, "Hey, what's he doing, Dad? What's he doing to her like that?" He's like, "He's having sex with her." I'm like, "Well, why is he doing it like that? I thought I was supposed to do it the other way, facing each other. He's like, yeah, well, he's doing okay. This is where I'm not sure whether he had the choice to tell me he was doing it like that because it was doggy style and that's what it was called, which is what I'm assuming is going on in the movie. But he told me he was doing her anal, and I said, why was he doing her anally in the butt? So he didn't have to tell me what doggy style was. And this is what he told me. So he wouldn't get her pregnant because he didn't want to have another mouth to feed. And you're like, you. So what do you think is which is whether or not is true? He didn't want to explain to me what doggy style was. You thought that was worse, or you really believe that he was giving it to that chick the other way to save so you didn't have to like pull out game or anything? I don't know. What do you think, Mom?
I think it was Daryl Hannah, wasn't it? Daryl Hannah, the lady,
The cave woman.
the cave woman. I thought it was.
Yeah, maybe. Do
And
you think she was taking an anal or regular doggy style? Is my question.
I thought like at the end they flipped around and they did missionary, and that was sort of like the beauty of the movie.
Oh, that's the part where my mom kicked me out of the room.
Oh, okay.
I must have missed that part. Damn it.
Yeah.
All right, over to you, Scott Patrick. Your turn.
Well, first, I didn't get asked about the history, and I want to make sure I get this out.
Oh, fire away.
Okay, on this day in history, last week on Thursday, our co-host Manny skipped our first episode to hang out with an elderly lady. You know, I guess he thought he was going to get a lot of pussy because she had 14 cats, 2 cataracts, and 3 catalytic converters. So to segue into our weather, the question is whether he knows whether it's bros before hoes or YouTube before Granny Lou.
He's going through some things right now, man. He'll be back when he's ready. All right, you guys.
Shots fired.
I guess that makes it Mom's turn. Mom, what do you have for us left in current news?
Okay, a study came out of the University of Colorado that found frequent marijuana use may damage an important memory skill. It was discovered by an assistant professor of radiology, and anyone who's ever listened to the Cheech and Chong, Dave's not here, man.
Dave's not here. We interviewed Tommy Chong. Remember like a year ago, we had him on our show 3 times. We had him on his birthday too one time.
Right.
So next week, our special guest is going to be Ants Rants. He was going to join us today, but he had an emergency. And we're going to find out if Ants Rants is really named after his mom's sister, who never shuts the fuck up. Ants Rants. All right. Well, I guess that means it's over to Ryan B. Weiss. Your turn, sir.
Yeah. So honestly, initially, I didn't even want to do a news story on this because it's really tragic and hard to joke about. But the people in the story are such pieces of shit that I end up figuring I want to exploit them. So and I was originally gonna try and be nice and set up a GoFundMe and mention it here, but they really suck. So instead, I'm just gonna make a joke. But anyway, seriously, because there's this homeless mother. She was living in her car with her kids, and she was at the casino and left her 2 kids in the car, and they froze to death.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's really fucked up. And the husband didn't give a shit. He was just cut the stuff, so you didn't say anything. But the really ironic part about all this is that when they found the kids, the Frozen 2 soundtrack was playing.
Let it go. Let it go.
Oh, wow.
Frozen 2.
Yeah.
So, Fisher King, do you have any closing current news to share with us?
Yeah, fraud suspects use disguises to take citizenship tests for others, which I think is a way better plot than Master Disguise's original plot movie.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, it was
Oh, yeah,
a way
yeah.
better movie.
And Dad, Zobo69, Do you have anything you'd like to share with us again? Some more news to stand up for?
One more. Rats. New York City take novel approach to control vermin problems. So they're finally going to get rid of all the NYPD and government officials.
This is what happened today. A woman goes viral for chasing a black bear in a video. Chased the black bear right off her property for stealing chips out of the trash can and right out of her garbage can. If Chris Wright plays his chips right, maybe maybe that black bear will eat the shit out of his can.
Hey.
What do you think, Chris? You like black bears, right?
As long as he's not one of those bipolar bears.
Because then he'd be crazy as fuck and bi.
He can eat my peach all night. Oh, wait, whoa.
You can eat your fortune cookie.
Hey, I won't complain.
All right. I guess, Scott Patrick, any closing comments?
Oh, well, I have one more news story.
Fire away.
I wanted to throw out there. Doge has been searching the U.S. aid for different over expenditures, and in a press conference, the Trump administration has said that Biden's administration spent $50 million for condoms in Gaza. Now, I don't know if that's a true claim, but that's what they're asserting. But I just think that, since the Bidens are pro-Palestinian, maybe we could send them $50 million for body armor so Israelis can stop shooting hot rounds into them.
That's beautiful. So I guess, this is a new thing. Scientists find a molecular switch to reverse cancer, you guys. Did you hear about that?
Ooh.
Can you beat cancer? Yes, you can, sir, now. I just read that earlier. Then the scientists also discovered a planet dubbed WASP. 193b is the new planet that they just discovered outside Neptune, you guys. It hasn't been discovered before. It's out of nowhere. It's a new planet. That wasn't previously in our solar system. It's been, it's like one of these gas planets. It's been discovered that by MIT astronomers and confirmed with NASA that's 50% larger than Jupiter, but it's only a tenth as dense as Jupiter. And that's not nearly as dense as Uranus, right, Chris?
You damn straight.
all that for a Uranus joke, Chris. Archaeologists in Spain uncover a tomb, and it was with the world's largest collection of beads. They found over 270,000 beads uncovered in this dark cavern, in this dark tomb. Well, that's nothing. I had more beads in that in my dark cavern last Friday night than that. All right. Well, I guess we covered everything but plugs now, huh? We got any butt plugs? Anybody want to pitch something in one of their websites? IG's fire right now, I guess, starting with our guest, Zobo.
Okay, you can find me on Facebook, Alonzo Zobo Brock, or go to YouTube. My new YouTube channel is King's Castle ENT, and also TikTok, King's Castle ENT.
Hell yeah. All right, Robin.
King's Castle ENT.
Cool. Robin, your turn. Fire away with your handles.
You can find me on my website, robinsavagecomedy.com, and I also have a podcast I do with my friend called Scooch Ovaries, and it's in anywhere you find the podcast.
All right,
YouTube,
real quick, we got to go with Ryan. Your turn.
Yeah, and so before plugging anything, I just want to say, because the whole thing about the bear wanted me to bring up this photo and show you guys, because it reminded me. There is a dead bear on the side of the road.
Oh my gosh. You told me about that, man. Don't get Chris all worked up and horny now. Come on. All right, Chris Wright, you got to play a song for us. We're running out of time. Let's play the jam. Let's close it out. Everybody sing.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Stand up for news. Stand up for news. We'll stand up for you. You can stand up too. Don't sit down. Sing, Fisher. Stand up now. Stand up for news. Stand up for news. Stand up for news. Sing louder, Dad. Woo! Thanks for being our guest tonight. We love you, Zobo. I'll talk to you soon, brother.
All right, y'all take it easy.